resilient in challenges, flexible and creative in development, sharp and bold in renovation. Vietnam Electric City, or EVN, in all situations and historical periods, has always affirmed and fulfilled its roles and responsibilities as a leading national power corporation. Ranked second in the ASEAN and 30th in the world in the power system scale. Meeting power demand for socio-economic development and residential use with an annual increase of more than 10%. Provide power for 99.8% of wards and 98.76% of households in rural areas across the country. Vietnam's 2015 Getting Electric City Index jumped 22 ranks from 2014, according to a Doing Business report by the World Bank. Vietnam is among the 19 countries achieving the biggest improvements in getting electric city. These highlighted impressive accomplishments attained by EVN in particular and Vietnam's power sector in general after more than 60 years of development. From tiny factories and facilities in post-war period, Vietnam's power sector, with EVN playing the key role, has become a leading power corporation in the country. The group's main functions include generation, transmission, distribution, and power sales, along with managing the national power system. EVN consists of 9 corporations, including 3 power generation corporations, namely Genco 1, 2, and 3, 5 power distribution corporations, and a national power transmission corporation. With more than 110,000 employees, EVN plays the key role in ensuring power supply for economic development and residential use. Vietnam's power network has witnessed an impressive development with a total installed generating capacity of 38,000 megawatts, of which EVN and its generating companies own 23,580 megawatts, accounting for 60.8% of the total capacity. Together with power generation investment and development, EVN has also built up power transmission and distribution networks with more than 41,100 kilometers of 500, 220, 110 kilovolt transmission line and above 440,000 kilometers of medium and low voltage distribution line. In the recent years, the power sector has evolved rapidly. Now the mindset and awareness of the staff and workers have fundamentally changed. Power sector has become a service industry in essence, and this is high-level service. In a constant development journey of EVN, the 2011-2015 period is among the most impressive accelerating ones. Given lots of mounting challenges such as the impact of global economic crisis, climate abnormalities, prolonged drought across the country, soaring demand for electricity, while the mobilization of capital for power projects was extremely thorny. Thanks to great determination and consensus of leaders, together with the solidarity and efforts of more than 110,000 staff and workers, EVN managed to gradually overcome the difficulties and successfully completed its tasks. Amid national economic hardship, EVN managed to mobilize large-scale financial resources to develop its power generation and network assets. Over the last 5 years, EVN's total investment capital exceeded 492 trillion Vietnamese dong, increasing 2.42 times compared to the 2006-2010 period. Especially, despite major challenges, EVN's efforts to mobilize financial resources were extremely successful, with total loan amount exceeding 320 trillion Vietnamese dong. In particular, international cooperation played an active role in capital supply for key projects. EVN maintained good relations with important banks and international financial organizations, including ADB, WB, AFD, JICA, KfW, and so on, which enabled it to reach many financing facilities, including ODA, preferential and commercial loans.
The World Bank really appreciates our partnership with EVN in the power sector. It's been a long-standing engagement. EVN has used these resources, financial and non-financial, highly effectively to achieve remarkable results in the sector, complementing the government's own resources, which have been the bulk of the financing of the sector. We look forward to continuing to support, to finance network infrastructure, to help the sector improve efficiency, quality of service delivery. We are very optimistic about our partnership and hope that we can continue to be of strong support to EVN.
We're very pleased with our cooperation that we have with EVN. It is one of our most efficient project partners, not only here in Vietnam, but globally. We have a lot of energy projects worldwide, and I think we have few partners that can manage to prepare and implement projects as quickly and as professionally as EVN. I would always like to cite the example of our Son La light shower transmission line, which was really prepared in a record time of 6 months from the first discussions with EVN to the signing of the loan agreement, and we have never achieved something similar in Vietnam. So this is one example how efficient the cooperation with EVN has been. We're looking at signing projects worth roughly 500 million euro over the next 2 years. So this is also a symbol of our satisfaction of cooperation with EVN.
Meanwhile, EVN also aggressively reduced power losses, improved power supply reliability, sped up electricity access, improved service quality and customers' satisfaction. During the period, EVN also strived for breakthroughs, with many key projects being launched and completed ahead of schedule, such as Son La hydropower plant with a capacity of 2400 megawatt, which is the biggest one in Southeast Asia, which finished 3 years earlier than projected. The first power unit of Lai Châu hydropower plant was also put into operation 3 months ahead of schedule.
Bây giờ Việt Nam đã đứng thứ hai của ASEAN rồi, của Đông Nam Á.
Vietnam now ranks second in ASEAN in terms of installed electricity capacity, with more than 38,000 megawatt, only after Indonesia, and stands at a 31st position worldwide. But to meet up with national development, the sector needs additional 5,000 to 7,000 megawatt per year, requiring an investment of hundreds of trillion Vietnamese dong. EVN will play a key role in supplying power in the next 3 decades for the country's industrialization and modernization.
10 năm tới rồi 20 năm tới 30 năm tới. Đảm bảo cho cái tiến trình công nghiệp hóa, hiện đại hóa đất nước.
In addition, EVN has also effortfully expanded the national power grid to coastal areas and islands to light up remote villages, thus contribute to poverty reduction. Given its fulfillment of important tasks over the last 5 years, EVN has contributed to the realization of the National Target Program on Poverty Reduction and New Rural Area Development, thus creating substantial momentum and foundation for the country's industrialization and modernization.
ADB has been a very proud partner of EVN since 1994. We have supported the development of the power sector up to the amount of about $2.5 billion for 13 different sector projects. And most of those projects have performed very well. We would like to continue supporting power sector operations, including looking at ways to improve efficiency, ways to improve management and operations. And we would also like to extend rural electrification and to some extent electricity distribution. There is very good access to electricity in Vietnam, but not everywhere. So we would just like to help complement the missing parts.
EVN has not only achieved its production and business targets in a brilliant manner, but also reformed and restructured its organization, developed an equitization roadmap for its member companies ready to be implemented in the coming years. In addition, EVN has also taken effective steps to build and operate a competitive electricity market. So far, the market has been working for more than 3 years with 62 power plants, totaling 15,106 megawatts, paving the way for competitive wholesale and retail markets in the coming years as scheduled. Its achievements in more than 60 years, particularly the comprehensive success in the 2011-2015 period, have contributed to create solid reputation, brand name, and confidence in EVN in the eyes of public as well as domestic and foreign partners.
We have a very good opinion of EVN's capacity to implement the programs that we finance and that we have been financing for the past 15 years. And we would also like to accompany the country in its green growth strategy and help EVN develop its energy efficiency program, energy distribution efficiency, and transmission and efficiency.
Whenever something happens, EVN and the JICA cooperate to solve that problem. As a result, I believe that the people in Vietnam, not only the urban but also rural, can really enjoy the supply, stable supply of the power through EVN.
This also serves as an important foundation for EVN to continue working out important strategic targets for the 2016-2020 period, including ensuring sufficient power supply for socio-economic development with annual growth rate of 10.5 to 11%, improving getting electricity index to improve national competitiveness ranking, providing electricity access to almost all rural households across the country by 2020, mobilizing more than 600 trillion Vietnamese dong for investment needs, keeping on track major and urgent power projects such as Lai Châu Hydro Power Plant, Vĩnh Tân and Duyên Hải thermal power complexes, further conducting organizational restructuring and reform to ensure strong and sustainable development. At the end of 2015, we have been to have ensured adequate power supply and an average annual growth rate of 10.34% over the last 5 years and 11.4% in 2015. Quantified targets for the 2016-2020 period have been set. There are some highly significant targets such as transmission and distribution loss rate of 8% in 2015 shall be reduced to 6.5% in 2020. In a context that global economic integration process is full of hardship and challenges, to specify important targets and fulfill its responsibilities vested by the people and the country. Apart from its own efforts, EVN looks forward to receiving reliable and efficient cooperation from domestic and foreign partners, including finance and credit organizations, which have joined hands with EVN over the years. In recent years, EVN has proved itself as the key player in providing electricity and basic public services for social, security and defense purposes, as well as vital tool for the state to manage and stabilize the macroeconomy, ensure energy security, thus keeping prices stable and growth of the economy. Thanks to the close attention and guidance from the party, the government, the Ministry of Industry and Trade, and other relevant ministries, EVN could attain those important achievements. Additionally, effective cooperation from local authorities, especially the support from domestic and foreign banks, credit organizations, and diplomatic agencies that EVN has been receiving, are also crucial to our successes. On this occasion, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude for those support and cooperation, which have served as a highly important impetus for EVN to overcome every obstacle and fulfill our tasks. On the journey of enlightening trust, EVN has been and will always be overcoming every difficulty to keep the flame of trust shining.